I have made you a roadmap to profitability. I want you to grab a notebook, sit down, no distractions, finish this video from the very beginning to the very end, fully locked in, focused, taking notes. Okay? I made this for you. I'm speaking directly to you watching this video. Let's talk about mindset and psychology when it comes to trading, because as much as we love to glorify and glamorize and mental masturbate about the technical analysis and the charts, the real important part of trading, it's all in the brain. It's all in your mind. So today's focus is psychology over technicals, because your mindset, your psychology is what makes you profitable, not your technical analysis. So one thing that really helped me was understanding that trading is paradoxical. It is the paradox of doing nothing, yet leaving nothing undone. And what I mean by that is you are not wasting your time and energy in certain aspects of the charts or of the trades. No, there can be nothing wasted, yet you're not doing anything, right? So you're sitting there. You're sitting there doing nothing. You are essentially doing nothing. But if I were to tell you that two versions of me are trading, both sat on the one guy sat on the charts from market open to market close, did not leave his computer, lost $1,000. The other guy traded for 1 hour in the morning, made $1,000, but he was done in an hour and took one trade. Whereas the other guy took 10 trades and lost $1,000. Who do you think put in more work? The guy that just lost $1,000? I mean, he was there longer. Most of you guys compute money with hours, right? Your hourly pay. It's not a thing in trading, okay? It's all about your decisions. So it is a paradox of doing nothing and leaving nothing undone. Put all of your energy and focus into the right things, and you don't need to be there all day. Take your A+ setups and walk away. Most of you guys are begging for moves every hour of the day. That's not how the market works, okay? The market's going to give you the opportunities. You're not going to make opportunities that aren't there. If you try to, you're going to lose money. That's that. We don't look at the big picture. There's two quotes here. These are from a book that I'm going to recommend to you. Through the shallow, you reach the deep. This is a quote from the Book of Five Rings, the book that I credit with making me a profitable trader. Through the shallow, you reach the deep. By knowing the basics, you know the whole. You just need to understand the basics. You don't need another strategy. You don't need another mentor. You don't need more signal groups. No. You need one strategy that you're going to master and focus on relentlessly, because you are always a student of this craft. You are never the master. That's very important to note. Through the shallow, you reach the deep. Know one strategy. And by knowing that one strategy, you're good. That's that. You either win with that strategy that day, or you don't, and you move on. But what you don't do is dig yourself a deep hole. One of two things is going to happen every single day that you're trading. You are either going to be leaving money on the table or giving back profits. It's just the truth. Guys, you don't need to trade 24/7. Just come in focused, look for the setup, take the trade, win or lose, you followed your process, you'll be consistent, you will be successful. That's that, okay? That's that. Now, we're going to dive into this book here. This is very special to me. This book really did it for me. I want you guys to read it or listen to an audiobook, whatever. Do Nothing Which Is of No Use. This book by Miyamoto Musashi was a samurai long, long ago. And it's his handbook for life. And one of the rules in there is do nothing which is of no use. This really hits home for a lot of you guys, I'm sure. Because most of the time that you're trading, you are doing useless shit. you're wasting time. You're not putting your energy into the right things. Don't overtrade. Don't over leverage. Don't clutter your screen. You don't need 5 more indicators. Don't chase the noise. You don't need to worry about the buzz on Reddit. Every move should be clean, purposeful, and efficient, focusing on your edge, your strategy. You don't need more. You actually need less and more focus, not more indicators, more mumble jumble, more Reddit feeds. No, you don't need any of that shit. You need to keep it simple. When the time comes to part ways, whether green or red, you're going to do so. Because if you decide not to, you're going to give money back. I would rather leave profit on the table than give money that I've already made back to the market. Because inevitably you're going to. You have a strategy. You don't have a secret magic spell to beat the market. It's a probability game, okay? Another quote that I added here. In battle, if you make your opponent flinch, you have already won. Now myself, avid martial artist. I've done several competitions. I love jiu-jitsu specifically. And this is absolutely true. If you are nervous or emotional, scared, you are going to make poor decisions. You're going to react differently than you would if you were in flow state. If you just showed up, before you take your trade, you're like, okay, here's my stop loss. I'm going to mentally associate with this loss, and if it happens, it happens. The moment that I take the trade, if it doesn't go my way, I part ways, that's that. Emotional trading will cause you to sell your winners early. I'm still victim to this. You're never going to not be victim to this, but you need to be aware of it and figure out how to implement ways around it to improve. And in result, bigger losses due to holding. I just saw today in the premium chat, people bought some stock and they're like, oh, we're cooked. I'm just going to hold. I'm going to hold. You're going to hold? You're already down. What do you mean you're going to hold? You're just going to hope that this thing comes back up? That's not trading. That's gambling. You're a gambler. You're a gambler with a chart problem. You're not a trader. Do not let the markets affect you emotionally. You are simply an observer. We are no longer looking to predict the markets. We are observing the markets. As a trader observes the markets, a gambler predicts the markets. Does that make sense? You are an observer. Nothing more, nothing less. An observer and a risk taker. And you need to manage that risk and not rush anything. Patience. Patience is a virtue that you need to have. Let's talk about cognitive dissonance. I told you this was going to be a high value video. A man of my word. A lack of harmony mentally. Like I said, this is not about charts. This is not about charts. This is not about indicators. This is not about signal groups. This is not about anything more than your own brain. A loss feels double as bad as a win half the size feels good. A $10 loss feels double as bad as a $5 win feels. I know that sounds really like a tongue twister. Just read it slow and let it process. You can have a $5 winner and you're only going to feel half as good as you do about a $10 loser and feeling bad. This is a true study that was done. Annie Duke, she was a professional poker player. She was the first person I heard kind of give this weird example. I was like, wow, that's very interesting because it's true. It's absolutely true. You don't associate your wins the same way that you associate your losses. You can win $500 and you're like, oh, I only won $500. If I had held, I would have made $1,000. It's $500. What are you complaining about? People work a 40-hour work week and barely make that. Like, what are you doing? Stop it. Stop. Self-serving bias. I talked about this very early on. Let's touch on it again. Your self-serving bias, which everyone has because of ego, is blocking your growth as a trader. You never truly analyze why you won, lost, made mistakes, didn't make mistakes, why you showed up this day, didn't show up that day. Because your ego filters reality. You are in a self-serving bias. So if you win a trade, you're the best trader on earth. This is easy. I can quit my job. This is light work. If you lose a trade, got unlucky. I got unlucky, man. My account's in the negative. I'm down 4K this month. I'm just unlucky. Don't fall victim to this. If you even see yourself doing this, check yourself. Once you stop caring, you start growing. And that's what's interesting about trading, is you will be the most successful when you feel like you are doing the least amount of work. Trading is unlike any other kind of job or career. You cannot brute force your way to success. Okay? You cannot brute force your way to success. By doing less, you will receive more. You will be most successful when you feel like you are doing the least amount of work. How to apply this? You have to stop rushing this journey. Stop worrying about how long it's going to take. Stop trying to speed it up. You're not going to. Stop wondering if you can skip losses. Stop trying to find the next magic spell in a Discord community or TikTok. No, you didn't join a scamming Discord community with me. You joined real mentorship, and that's what you're going to get. I'm going to work to make you profitable. I'm not going to give you buy and sell alerts because they're bullshit. They're not real. There's no such thing as a buy and sell alert, okay? God, you guys gotta stop asking me that. No, there's no such thing as a buy and sell alert. I'm putting you onto game. I'm putting you onto a chart with high probability. Learn how to play the fucking chart, okay? That's the least you can do. I have videos on it. There's a million videos. It's YouTube, man. YouTube University. Stop asking me about buy and sell alerts, okay? I'm going to teach you how to do this the right way. What if I die tomorrow? What if I die tomorrow? Oh, there goes my buy and sell alerts. Come on, man. Learn the right way. Be independent. This right here is going to be your good feedback loop, your positive feedback loop to success. Okay? You are patient, waiting for an A+ setup. That's step 1. Step 2, patience. You're avoiding shit setups, and you're gaining experience. Even if you're not trading, even if you're not making money, cash is a position too, okay? So even if you're not trading, you could still be learning by watching. What's the word? Observing. We are observers. Step 2. The opportunity presents itself, and you enter with an ideal and calculated size and risk. That is step 3. You aren't blasting your account into this one trade because, oh, here we finally go. Boop, 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 boop. I'm in. Oh no, I just lost everything. No, you're going to look at it, observe it, define your risk tolerance on this stock, define potential price targets, and trade it. Trade the chart, not your P&L. Don't even look at your freaking profit to loss, okay? You just cover that shit up and trade the chart. When the chart says buy, you buy. When the chart says sell, you sell. Not the P&L. Just because you're up doesn't mean you have to sell. You're capping your winners. Step 4. Through this process, you will detach from the money by trading the chart, the level 2, and the technicals only. Entering and exiting only when the market tells you to do so. That's that. Step 5, you are now consistent, disciplined, and growing and improving every single day. And this is a feedback loop. Through making good decisions, you will continue making good decisions. Even if you finish red on a day, I ask of you to redefine your red and green days. Not based on your P&L, not based on your wins for the day. I want you to redefine a red and green day based on your decisions. Because you can come in, absolutely make poor decisions, and finish green. Inversely, you can come in, follow your strategy, and finish red. It's probability, and it will happen. But the thing is to know when to walk away how to keep those losses small with preset mental stops, and risk management. If you do everything that I just gave you, you're going to be successful. You're going to be successful. And, whether you still decide to stay with me for coaching purposes and the alerts that I give and the guidance I give, by all means, please do. But what I can promise you is that jumping into another community or switching strategies or trying to find a different mentor, it's not going to work. It's not going to, there's no magic solution. It's just you. It's just you. And profitability is not a one-time purchase. It's not a one-off. It's a subscription service, man. Mentally. You're in a rough point in your life. Maybe you're not profitable anymore because you can't afford it. Because you're so distracted. You're so upset with something, right? Like it all comes back to discernment and self-agency. This is a mental journey that will improve you as a person, as a human being, and as a trader. This is your perfect starting grounds right here. That's that, man. I got more content like this coming. If you're new to my content on YouTube, I'll put the link to the Discord in the bio. I hope you took notes. If you need to rewatch this. I want you to sit with yourself for 10 minutes tonight in silence and reflect on all of the decisions you made today. And we're going to do a little thing here where you write down start, stop, and keep. And I want you to do this every single day when it comes time to journal after the markets. You're going to choose one thing about your process that you're going to start doing, something that you need to start doing. You're going to choose one thing that you're going to stop doing: over leveraging, revenge trading, waking up late, just some of the basics. And then one thing that you're going to keep doing. And through this process of elimination, you will start making better decisions. Hope you enjoyed this video.